Hi guys, it's Bren and I'm here with a review of Radiant Red Maple, which is a White Barn exclusive candle. I will show you first quickly though everything that I got this weekend. I was trying really hard not to go to White Barn this weekend. I found out about the sale. I was like, okay, don't need to make it there. I could not be making a 3-hour round trip multiple times per month for candles. That's ridiculous. But what got me there was two things. First, it was hearing that this candle that I knew I wanted because I cold sniffed it in the store, but it wasn't on sale last time I was there, so I didn't get it. I knew that I wanted to go back and get it. And I had heard that it is definitely not coming to Bath & Body Works stores. It is just going to be a White Barn exclusive. In fact, I heard they're not even restocking it. Kind of when they're gone, they're gone. So I wanted to make sure I got one. And then the White Barn email blast came out and featured pumpkin cupcake, and I was like, okay, that's another reason I want to go, so I went. The first thing I picked up was actually a cranberry pumpkin candle for my mom, but then she was at the local BBW, and she grabbed me a sparkling pear Riesling, and we swapped. So I ended up with another one of these, still loving it. I've got my first one half gone back there. I can smell it. It's strong. It's wonderful. The wallflower, as I said in that haul video, still not really strong at all, so I'm not a big fan of the sparkling pear Riesling wallflowers, but the candle is amazing. And then I grabbed another pumpkin spice cheesecake for myself, and the first one that I have is over halfway gone. It's still having performance issues. Like I said in my dedicated review of it, I love the scent, but it's not very strong. It doesn't have very high flames. It doesn't pull out very fast. It's not a total dud yet. It just doesn't do as well as any of the other candles in this line. And I think the reason is the wicks. They suck, man. I tried to get one with the longest wicks I could find this time, but they are these thin straw-colored wicks with these dark centers, if you can see that, and none of the other candles in this line have these. I don't know why this one does. If you take a look at this candle, this is Pumpkin Cupcake, you can see it has these fat, totally white wicks. And the pumpkin cheesecakes, again, are much thinner, and they have that dark center. I think a lot of people have said that these thin, dark-centered wicks stink, and why hasn't Bath & Body Works figured that out by now? They obviously have multiple different types that they use. Why are they still using these? These stink. Use these, Bath & Body Works. Fire this wick supplier. Go with the wick supplier with the fat, white wicks. So much better. So anyway, pumpkin spice cheesecake is probably a scent that I love enough that if it burned as well as like cranberry pumpkin or apple pumpkin pancakes or any of the rest, I would buy like 8 of them, but I only bought just one more because it doesn't throw, it doesn't burn well. I've just been burning it kind of like sitting right next to me at my desk so that I can kind of get the smell, but it's such a shame because it smells so good cold and it smells so good up close. And then finally, like I said, grabbed a pumpkin cupcake. Now, the funny thing about this was that it was featured on the White Barn email, but Bath & Body Works had it out everywhere, and the White Barn that I went to didn't have it out. They had to go in the back and grab it for me. So I am really picky about my wicks, and I look like a crazy person in the store because I will open up all the jars and try to find a candle that has centered, perfect wicks that are all evenly spread out. So of course she grabbed this one in the back and brought it out to me, and I wasn't going to be like, oh no, go get me a different one, but it doesn't have the best, like, I just want to move this one a little bit, but anyway, got this. It should be okay. They're not terrible. I'm remembering that this scent was sweeter in the past, though, so I'm a little worried about this one. I'm hoping that when I burn it, it'll be the same old pumpkin cupcake that we all know and love. But for some reason on cold sniff, it smells a little different than usual to me. Now, last year, I just used up a 2012 pumpkin cupcake. But from what I remember, it was always like a very sweet kind of like frosting type of scent with pumpkin spice. It just doesn't smell that sweet on cold sniff this year. I probably won't do a dedicated review of this just because it's a returning scent from many years past, but surely we'll note any observations on Instagram. So anyway, 4 total candles, and then of course the Radiant Red Maple. So let's get into the review. Radiant Red Maple, the notes are the aromas of crisp red McIntosh apples, smoky woods, and a hint of toasted marshmallow bring a feeling of fall into the air. And I can tell you, I don't know what the name of this candle has to do with the candle because it doesn't smell like maple at all in any way. There's a little bit of woodsiness to it. So maybe that has to do with the tree, I guess, but that's a stretch. It really should just be called like marshmallow apple or something like that, because you get the marshmallow in the apple on cold. And on cold, I love this scent. I was like obsessed with it. I got the candle, and the whole way home I was like, I should turn around and get another one. It smells so good. It's like this blend of a very fresh type of apple, like just biting into a really crisp, ripe, juicy apple. Kind of reminds me of the same type of apple that was in warm caramel cider with the gold leaf lid from last year. So really good apple, but then instead of like the caramel you would get with a caramel apple, you get marshmallow. Almost like taking an apple slice and dipping it in marshmallow fluff, or better yet, eating it with like a toasted marshmallow, because there's just a little bit of like a toasty charred kind of feel to the marshmallow. That's what I get on cold, and I think it's awesome. Now, I know that there have been varying opinions about this candle, and some people love it. Some people think that that's kind of a weird combination and don't like it so much, and I could kind of see that because it is weird, but I was really digging it. So I was so excited to burn this. But I gotta say, after burning it, I'm a little disappointed, because to me, when it's burning, it's really like a poor man's Marshmallow Fireside. The apple really doesn't come through very much. Instead, it just becomes a toasted marshmallow scent, but it's not quite as sweet or as strong as Marshmallow Fireside or Trick or Treat, and so it falls short for me. It doesn't match up to what it smells like cold. And I would say the marshmallow that you do get, like I said, it's not quite as sweet as Marshmallow Fireside. I've got a little Marshmallow Fireside here. I've also got a Trick or Treat, which is basically the same. And this is a very sweet, candied type of marshmallow, but then you also get that charred kind of burning smell. I would say that Radiant Red Maple is almost a little bit more realistic, like as far as what a burnt marshmallow would smell like. It reminds me of being a kid, actually, and my sister and I, we would always catch our marshmallows on fire on purpose because we were big Fantastic Four fans, because my dad read those comics to us, and so we would pull the marshmallows out of the fireplace on fire and yell, "Flame on!" But this smells just like that. Just like a marshmallow on fire, or a marshmallow that's all burnt and charred. And so, you know, like I said, just maybe a little bit less sweet than Marshmallow Fireside or Trick or Treat. And overall, not as strong. In fact, when I started this, I was getting a lot of kerosene. We all know that Bath & Body Works candles sometimes have that kerosene type of smell, or like an oily smell when they're burning. And I was getting that at first. It's kind of subsided, but first burn, I was getting a lot of that, and I was really worried. Now that's kind of gone away, but fair warning, you might get some of that with this too. So just inferior to Marshmallow Fireside. But I'm really disappointed that the apple doesn't come through, because that I thought was a really awesome combination. So I think what would be better would be, don't worry about getting this candle. Don't get it on eBay. Don't rush off to a White Barn to get it. There's no point. Don't be sad that it doesn't come to Bath & Body Works. Instead, get a Marshmallow Fireside and light it alongside like a farm stand apple or your favorite apple candle. I think that's what I'm going to do, actually, is try to burn this with an apple type of candle to try to get the feel of what it smells like cold. Because even now that I've burned it, but still, I feel like I get the apple, but I get it more in the lid, and I got it more before I'd burned it at all than I do now that I've burned it. But it just doesn't come through burning. Maybe just a little bit, but only because I know it's there. Instead, it's just kind of like Marshmallow Fireside, but weaker. So, not a huge fan of this candle. I'm not going to return it. I'll keep it. I'll burn it. I'm kind of glad in a way that I don't love it and feel like I need to go back again. I don't know when the next time I'll go to White Barn will be, actually, because I know my next video will likely be an empties video. I should have a pretty significant August empties collection, because I've made it my mission to clear out space this month for all these new candles. So I've been using stuff up. And then September 9th, all the new stuff is supposed to come out, the new floor set at Bath & Body Works, and I know we'll have the Fall Traditions body care coming out then, and that pumpkin pecan waffles candle, where is it? That'll probably definitely at least be out then, and you'll get all the mason jars and everything. But I asked the White Barn associate, so what new are you going to be getting on September 9th with the new floor set? And she said she had no idea, because they're kind of like newsletter or whatever for the sales associates said that all the things they would be putting out are all the things they already have out. So she said that maybe they would just be rearranging stuff. I don't know. So we'll have to just wait and see. And so I'll let you guys go for now. In the meantime, you can follow me on Instagram at WakeUpWriting, and I will talk to you later.